collaboration between the Porto Polytechnic and Warsaw Polytechnic. And Silampos is the Europe's largest manufacturer of steel cookware. But they're here to revolutionize how people cook and also cook us good food. Yes. Correct? Take it away, all yours. Oh, and John is going to give you the time, so.
Can you all hear me? I hope you had a nice break. So we are Team Silampos, we are from Porto Design Factory and also Warsaw University of Technology. This is Sarah, then we have Piotr, Thomas, Joel and Victoria, and my name is Andre. And we're doing a project for Silampos. Silampos is a stainless steel manufacturing company that produces cookware in order to improve the cooking experience for its clients. And they challenge us to revolutionize the way people cook or prepare food. So our first question was, what is the cooking experience? So we went to a cooking school to talk with chefs, the students, and also people that enjoy eating. And what we learned is that this process is a management learning experience. So what they essentially do is learn how to manage these steps. The inspiration, when you have an idea to cook. The buying, when you look for your items and you buy them. The preparing, when you organize them and you cut them. The actual cooking, when you put them in the pot. The eating, when you're serving the food and you're enjoying it. The cleaning and the storing. Essentially, this experience is a trial and error experience. The more you try and the more you fail, the more it will lead to consistency. And that's how you become a good cook. So our next question was, from all of these steps, which one is the least enjoyable? Is there a step in here that stops you from becoming a good cook? Is there a step here that breaks your motivation in exploring cooking? And the question from a survey of more than 400 people was cleaning. So, why cleaning? There are two main reasons for this. The first one is that a good group of people that we interviewed lived in small apartments with small kitchens and didn't have space for a dishwasher. And this is also a causality of urbanization. That's why we had comments like these. The other reason was that people that do have a dishwasher couldn't match its functionality to their lifestyle. And that's why we had comments like these. So summarizing our need-finding process is that the cleaning is the major demotivating factor for people not to engage cooking. And it actually makes a lot of sense. If it's a trial and error experience, the more you trial and the more you fail, the dirtier it will get. And if you share your kitchen with someone, managing these steps becomes even much more complicated. So these were the main factors that we had to solve. Time constraints, the lack of space, and the modern people lifestyle. Having this in mind, we understood that the problem was in actual people's kitchens. And when we went to people's houses to observe what was happening, it became much more clear. And this was what was happening. So basically, people like to pile up the dirty cookware around the sink area, if you have or if you don't have a dishwasher. And the reality is that this area has no functionality to help the user to fulfill this task. So we understood that we had to change this environment in order to be more functional for the user.
So to tackle these facts, we created and developed our project. We created a fast, compact and precise cleaning system that will help you cleaning your daily cookware next to your sink in order to improve your cooking experience. So meet Piano. So with Piavo, for the user, it's very easy to use. So you just need to load your cookware and forget about the rest of the steps of the cleaning and focus more on your experience while cooking, but and enjoying it. But what actually happens while you're enjoying your experience with Piavo? So the first step for Piavo would be to fill up the sink through water jets and fill up to the height of your cookware. Then the magic happens. The actual cleaning itself, it's through ultrasound technology. This technology is, for example, imagine you hit a drum. When you hit the drum, you create sound waves. Imagine those sound waves in the water. They will create bubbles of vacuum that will detach the dirt and dissipate in the water. And this is actually a process of cleaning. But this still leaves the dirt in the water. So after that, the final step for Piavo would be to hot water jets, swipe them out, the dirt, and actually dry the cookware, and you have ready to use cookware. So for the user, for the machine, this is how it works. But Piavo has more benefits for the user, such as it's adjustable and scalable to your needs without losing its functionality. It's also convenient because you can work at your waste level and it's next to your sink, so you can perform multiple steps of the cooking process. It's also versatile. You can even clean your vegetables in it. Also, the most delicate glassware and even your jewelry. It's automated. With just a click of a button, Piavo will select a customized cleaning cycle that will adjust to the type of cookware that you have. For example, only cups or only dishes or all of it. And most importantly, is eco-friendly. Since we use top technology, we use much less energy and less detergent. And you can even use biodetergent. But this was the benefits for the user. What are the actual benefits for Silampos? Piavo is a stainless steel product, so it fits in the manufacturing line of Silampos, so they wouldn't have to outsource it. It's also a permanent presence in the kitchen, because everybody has a sink and everybody needs to clean. Also, it connects the generations. In Silampos, usually is known in Portugal for older traditions, older generations, but with this product, we can bring new generations and new users for Silampos. And also, it helps on the most demanding task of the cooking experience, which is actually cleaning it. So we believe with Piavo that we want you to cook more and clean less, because we believe that the happier you are while cooking, the better prepared you are for the challenges and changes of the future. So thank you very much.
We would like to give a special thanks for the people in Porto Design Factory that weren't able to be here today with us, and especially to Antonio Costa that really helped us to make this program.
Also the teaching team from Poland, Laurie, Yossi, and Rui. And if you have any dirty plate that you want, you can visit our booth. We clean it for you. But we might have something special to give you, so please come. Thank you.
You know what to do already. Good.
Maybe I didn't get it, but does it not need detergent?
No, it can, usually with the with detergent, it eliminates the stains better, but it depends on the stain. If it's like fresh stain, it can actually use without detergent at all, and even with cold water. It depends on the dryness of the stain or the freshness.
So basically the ultrasounds are good for dry stains because they will dissolve the dirt. But when we're talking about fats and oils, it's always good to have a detergent to aid in that situation. Now, you have different types of detergents. You have eco-friendly detergents and then you have the more chemical ones. The eco-friendly do the job in this case. So you don't need those detergents that are bad for the environment. So you can also, and this needs to be discussed, but create a line of detergents that will emphasize take advantage of the ultrasound technology and the fat situation. So, yeah. Yeah?
Do you have to do the rinsing step after you work yourself?
Yeah, so...
Repeat the question.
Sorry?
Repeat the question so that everybody hears.
So the question is, why do we need another water jet after the ultrasounds?
No, I mean, do you do the rinsing step manually after?
No. The rinsing step is from the water jets. The machine does everything. Yeah.
But do you replace the water afterwards?
The water issue is that we are building actually a closed system. So, which is like, since it works in a bath, it takes a good amount of water consumption, but if we filter the water and we reuse it, we can actually save a lot of water consumption.
And you can reuse it actually to up to 5 washes, and then reuse the actually plumbing system of the water and make a new cycle of it.
Yes?
What's the estimated cost of the production? Is it applicable to any kind of kitchen, like old apartments, secure apartments?
That's a very nice question, because this prototype that we've built has different parts from boats, cars, and so on. So we don't know exactly how to answer that question, because it can be much more customized and optimized in that way. What I can tell is that people see these types of products as an investment to their welfare. So the least amount of money that they can spend in utility bills, the more money they're willing to pay. So from our surveys, people are willing to pay an average of 600 euros to install this in their homes.
I would add something to this. The fact that we are using ultrasound technology is because it's becoming cheaper and cheaper. It was used previously in industry, and right now, thanks to lower cost, we decided to try to implement it to the domestic environment. And another added value is that you don't need to buy another new machine, like a whole new sink. You can implement our technology, the ultrasound technology, to the sink that already exists.
One more question, maybe? And when we do that? Yeah. All right, I'll have a question. Why not just use a sink? Why have 2 different vats?
We can use this. Actually,
Microphone.
You can use a sink. Actually, you have different designs for sinks. Right now, the bigger the better, usually, and you have actually 2 big ones. So nothing stops us from actually implementing this technology in the sink.
Everything all right? All right, if there are no other questions.
Woohoo!